Good morning, everybody. Or at least it's morning where I'm at. I say that every time I open a video, I'll say good morning because I'm usually crafting in the mornings. Anyway, today we're going to do something really cute. You know those journals that I love so much that open completely flat? Well, I thought, I would love to have one of those in my purse. So that's what we're going to do. Is this not the cutest thing? Isn't it cute? And the best part is we're using scraps. And I've already got glue on my fingers this morning. We're using scraps and we're using some of those 6x6 paper pads that we sometimes, buy up and then don't use because, well, we just do. So we're going to use some of those up today. And this is a really cute project. We're also going to use all of those pieces like this that we cut off of those 12x12 papers when we're doing projects. We have lots of these, right? So we're going to use some of those up, and we're going to put a little fastener on here. And again, this is one of those that open completely flat. As you can see, just lays completely flat. And look, this is the best part of it. When you fill it up, you don't have to throw it away, because you can take pages in and out, just like that. And then put pages in if you want to add more pages. Just stick it right back in there. So you don't have to throw this journal away when you fill it up if you're just using it for note taking, or I don't know what you want to use your little journal for in your purse, but there you go. They would make really cute gifts. They would make great craft fair items. In fact, that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to a craft show in the fall, but I'm going to make, it's a Halloween, and Halloween's kind of fun. So I'm going to do Halloween themed. But today I'm going to show you how to make this one, and we're going to make it in a pretty floral, I think. Well, I don't know. Let's see what we got first. I made this video, I hope it's not too choppy. I'm going to edit out my coughing. I'm just really coughing today. Okay, so, oh, that's pretty. You need 2 pieces of your 6x6 paper. This is cardstock by Paper Studio. What you need, oh, that's really pretty. I wonder if I have some material that would look good with that, or even lace would look good, actually. That's so pretty. Let me see, because you want to pick out a piece of material that goes with your paper that you pick out. I mean, I guess pink would always go. We could do this pink polka dot, but I'd kind of like to have something a little, I don't know, what do you say? There's some blue, purple, yellow. Have yellow. Oh, I kind of like that. All right, so do we have 2 pieces of this? We do. Let's just take this one right here. I think that'll make a real pretty journal. And there went my cover. That's okay. I don't mind. Let's put these out of the way. Now, I believe these are 4.5 by 5. What did I laid my little journal. There it is, right in front of me. Let's measure this real quick and see what I did with it. Okay, it's 5.5 by 4.25. 5.5 by 4.25. And you know what? I'm just going to take me a piece of paper and write it down. 4.25, wasn't it? 4.25 by 5.5. Now, you think I'll lose that? Probably. I did say 4.25, didn't I? Actually, it's 4, yeah, it's 4.25. Okay, let's put our little journal away. And we'll cut this down. Let's see, I definitely want my yellow to show. So I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go 4.25. And I've got both pieces in here. Let's see if this thing will cut it. Oh, it did, all right. And then 5.5, but I think if I'm gonna do the 5.5, I want this end cut off. Yeah. All right, now we've got our back and our front, okay? Now all we have to do is, I think, because it's going in a purse, I don't want it to be this flimsy, so I think I want to back it with some more cardstock, or if not cardstock, then cereal box. I have one over here somewhere. Here it is. So let's put this on this cereal box and just glue it down real quick and cut it out. Because I want it to be nice and sturdy if it's going in a purse or a bag or something, you know. Because things get knocked around pretty heavily in our purses or in our little bags that we tote around. All right, there's one. Oh, it doesn't matter right now. All right. Whoop. Okay, I wish I had something to smooth that out with. I want one of those little scrapers to keep by my desk. Okay, that's got that one. And you know what? That's not big enough. That's all right, we'll deal with it. I'm gonna let this one dry, and let's look and see. I have another piece over here. Oh, looky there. Is that gonna fit? By the hair of my chinny chin chin. How about that? We're gonna make it work anyway. We are gonna make it work. Y'all, I came down with the worst UTI I have ever had in my life. It was bad. I'm not gonna tell you the details, but it was bad. I was in so much pain, and I have been sick to my stomach ever since. This is day 3. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't ever want another one. Okay, that does hang over a little bit, but I don't care. This one is for demonstration purposes only. And you know what? I may just put this one in my purse and give that other one to my daughter-in-law. And I won't care if it's a little bit shorter. I'll make this the back. All right, okay, let's cut this one out. But yeah, I went to the doctor and got some antibiotics. And I almost thought it was a kidney stone. It was so bad. And I tried to go to work this morning, and I did do 2 orders, but I'm telling you what. Oh, these scissors. That's not gonna get it from me. Even on my first order, I was getting so sick to my stomach, and I don't know if it's the medication or just the inflammation in my body right now. And I thought, I can't do this. So I delivered that one, and then I came home. Well, I headed back to my hometown, and I got another one, and my stomach was starting to calm down just a little bit. And I got another order, and I thought, well, it's going right out past my house. So I decided to go ahead and take it, and then I would go home. So I did that and regretted it. Got home and went to bed until it was time for my daughter-in-law to go to work. And I've got both kids today. But thankfully, the 4-year-old is in his room. Let me just leave that, so I'll know that I want that one for the back. He's having quiet time, having his lunch and watching a movie while his sister sleeps, because he is so rowdy that his sister cannot sleep. And if she don't sleep, she's ill as a hornet. And look, I don't feel good today. It just ain't gonna happen. So I gave him everything he wanted and needed to have a little bit of quiet time in his room and enjoy his movie while I do a little crafting. When his movie's over, he can come out. But anyway, okay, we got our back and our front. And you don't have to worry about this side because we're gonna be covering that up, okay? Let's cut some paper. Now, I've got all these little scraps over here. So here's a piece of coffee dyed, and I'm just gonna fold that in half. We're gonna go through our scrap stash first. I have this one, and you know that's too long, and I might could save a bit more of it if I did like this. So let's try that. Is that gonna work? It's a little bit too long, but that saves me a bigger piece over here on this side. As crooked as it can be. But in all fairness, y'all, can y'all see the gap in them scissors? They're pitiful. I really am gonna buy me a pair of scissors one of these days. I promise. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm just measuring it. That'll be good enough right there. Yeah, these scissors are pitiful. Okay, we're gonna have to abandon those. And these aren't much better, I'm here to tell you. All right, there's 3 pieces. And I think what I did, here's another piece of coffee dyed paper. I'm not wasting this stuff right here. I think, I was gonna do 6 signatures in that other one, but I thought, you know, that's really not necessary because it's just not necessary. So I did 3 signatures, and let me see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages in here. And that worked out really good. I liked that a lot. So, all right, here's some, oh, that's got writing on it. We don't want that in our journal. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a pink one real quick. All right, and then we'll cut. Oh, those don't need to be cut down. Okay, there's some short ones. So 1, 2, if we did a couple of short ones, I did 3 signatures. Let's do one more. Let's see. Let's do a blue one. Or let's do, this is pretty. Let's do this one. And I think I'll use my pinking shears on this one, make it kind of cute. All right, so there's 2 of those for each signature. Now what I want to do is get some full-size papers to go in here. And I also want some book paper. Maybe 1 or 2 of those. Let's take 2. And let me get up, because I can't hardly reach it, and reach across the table here. Let's see, I see some pretty pieces over there on that one. There's this lavender, isn't that pretty? That would go really pretty with that. Okay, no, this is glitter paper. We don't want that. Let me get this next one. All right, let's see what we got. There's fruit. I mean, fruit is tropical, right? So let's do that one. And I kind of like this one. Well, that's the same one we got, so we won't use that one. Just so we can have something different. Oh, here's some strawberries. There's watermelon. I like the watermelon. All right. This one here is a little bit thicker, but that's okay. Let's set those over there and cut these down. And I'm sure I will have to stop this video and take care of the little princess because she's not gonna sleep long, I don't think. All right, I'm gonna fold those right in half, both of them. That edge over there. And then I'm gonna cut this ragged edge off. I like the ragged edge though. Let's see, 4 1/4. Okay, so that's perfect. We don't need to cut those at all. Now let's take, so 4 1/4 and 4 1/4 is 8 1/2. We need a couple of pieces of 8 1/2. Oh, look. I guess that means I need a new blade. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. All right, and then, so that's folded in half. That's not right. 4 1/4. That's not right, y'all. What did I do wrong? I just didn't measure right. I don't know what I was doing. I guess I was running my mouth. Okay, it cut that time. Now that looks much better. And then we needed how tall? 5 1/2 inches tall. Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with me. I am sitting here sweating profusely. I mean, I need a wash rag to wipe my face with. I'm sweating that bad. And I just don't know if it's the infection or what, but she said it was bad. So, y'all, I can't help it. I got to use some more of this. I got to use some more of this. Well, I'll tell you what, we might put a tag or a pocket in with that. That's just too cute. All right, we weren't done with that. Let's bring it back over. Now, let's get it right this time. 8 1/2. Seems to be cutting good downward, so let's just make it go down again, just in case. And see, you can make 2 pages out of this. This is enough to make another page. So, do I want to do that? I might. Because see, that's already 8 1/2, and then we need it 5 1/2. Let's just go ahead and make another page out of this one. There's 2 pages. Kind of wish I had several of these thicker pieces for the signature covers. We might have to look up a couple more because they're going to be glued to each other to hold the signatures. So I think I will. I think I'll look for a couple of more sturdier pieces of paper like this. And then we will use these just for decoration in the journal and to write on. So let's just fold those up. And then we'll fold this one, and this will be a signature cover. So I'm gonna lay that one right there on top of our thing, of our cover. And let me jump up here and see if I can find, those aren't really floral. Let me see what these look like. These are kind of a green floral. That one would be okay. I'll take that one. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Kind of like this one. I think I'll do that. All right, that'll give us all of our journal covers, our signature covers. Sorry, I keep wanting to say journal, and it's our signature covers. Okay, 8 1/2. By 5 1/2. And 1 daughter-in-law is off work tomorrow. She's gonna clean the pool. Why does that not look right, y'all? 8.5. I didn't cut it down right. She's gonna clean the pool, and I can't wait to get in that thing. It is so muggy hot this week in Tennessee. It's just terrible. When I was a kid, my neighbor that I told you all about, that I used to go down and help her with her husband who got sick, she had some property, and that property had a natural spring on it. So my daddy took a backhoe and went back into the woods, and he dug out a swimming hole. And he put up a jumping board and everything. Let me tell you something. A natural spring water is so cold. Oh my goodness, it's so cold. All right, let me grab some more paper before I finish telling you my story about the swimming hole. We want some computer paper. And I want some coffee dyed paper. There's a piece we can use. And we definitely got to have some yellow. I mean, definitely. In fact, I think I want a yellow piece in every one. And I think I'll take some of this green. Let's see if this is enough, if I think it's enough or not. Okay. Anyway, Daddy went down and dug up a big swimming area, a big hole, and it had an island in the middle of it. It was really cool. And he put a rope up in the tree so that we could swing off the tree. He put a little platform up there, the whole 9 yards. So, you know, we just had a really nice play area. And other kids learned about it. Of course, my daddy shared it. He, you know, come to the swimming hole. It's, you know, hang out. And he let them play music and whatnot. Well, I don't know how to say it, but anyway, it was nice while it lasted, because some kids came down there on their motorcycle and they tore the place up. Just to be mean. Just to be mean. Well, after that, the neighbors, I guess they knew about it or heard it or something. They wanted the swimming hole done away with. And Miss Miller didn't say anything, you know. She was just gonna let Daddy do it, I guess. But the neighbor that really wanted it took care of. And I think my dad, I'll tell you what I think happened, because I don't remember for sure. But I think this is what happened. My dad knew who it was that did it, and he confronted the kid's parents about it. And that parent just so happened to own the property on the other side of the road. So anyway, it made him mad. Let me see. Next thing we know, Miss Miller is coming to our door and she says, we got to close the swimming hole. You've got to fill it in and close it off. And we even had a water, you know, how you get water, the water pumps, you know, that you have to pump by hand. We even had one of them down there. But anyway, he claimed that one of his calves drowned. He claims that the water hole caused the creek to back up on his side of the road, and one of his calves drowned in the creek. Well, I do remember Daddy saying, no, that's not possible, because it wasn't that deep over there. But of course, you know, when somebody's angry, there's not a whole lot you can do. And when it's your neighbor, you got to try to get along with them, right? But there's always somebody that's got to ruin a good thing, I'm afraid. if there's not rules set. Gotta have rules. I wish I had a fan. I am so hot. I'm surprised the little princess is still asleep. But she was pretty tired when she went down. I remember walking home from that swimming hole one day though, and it was dark. And I wasn't really scared until something started swarming at my head. And it was like birds. Now, man, these birds are mean. Well, it turned out it was bats that were swarming at my head. And I didn't know bats would kind of do that. You know, I thought they were scared of humans. But them little boogers sure were swarming at my head. All right, let's fold these. I just think these are the cutest journals, y'all. Oh, I hear my little monster getting a little bit wild. Either that or he was trying to sit funny in his chair and fell over. That boy, he is so high-strung, so hyper. And you can put any kind of closure on this that you want to. You could do a little belly band would be cute if you did it out of cloth, you know. A little belt or just a little tie. You could do any kind of closure on here you want to. I just thought the closure would be a good idea because it's going to be in your purse and you don't want it to open up and mess up all your pages. So I thought a closure was a good idea. Now, if you're an artist, you could put drawing paper in yours or watercolor paper. All right, let's see how many we got. Okay, that's 3, and then I wanted in each one. We're 1 short here, so that's 3 and 3. Okay. Definitely want one of these in each one. One of these in each one. And I have 2 left over, so we're going to do 2 and 2. Or 1. Jill, come here. Jilliana. Excuse me just a moment. Get over here and lay down. I swear, y'all, I try to get that baby to stay asleep a little while so she's not grumpy, and these dogs will bark every time. All right, we're going to do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, we can't do that. Okay. All right, how many pages does that give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's good. That's a good amount. Now, see, we used a lot of scraps and just a little bit of paper, and we're good to go. All right, let's put these together like we want them. Let's start with this one. Where's my signature cover? We'll use this one. All right. Oh, I'm about to do it. I've done this once before. You want to turn these signature covers inside out because you're going to glue on this side. So be sure to do that. That way when you open it up, you'll see the pretty side. You'll see what I'm talking about if you didn't watch my other video. I'm going to put that one in. Let's put this green piece in. The watermelon. This one. This one. This one. And then this one. All right. And then all you want to do is take some string, and I try to use number 3 crochet thread. I think the other is just a little bit too thin, you know. In fact, I think I've already got some cut over here. I do. Okay. And you just wrap this around your journal, just like this, and tie it snug. You don't want to tie it so tight that you tear your paper at the top and the bottom, but tight, it's pretty snug. Hard to do one-handed, isn't it? All right, I'll cut that off, and then I like to put tape down mine, and the reason I do is because that string will slide around on you. It'll slide kind of off center, and I like to keep it in the center, and that's what that masking tape does. It just helps it hold it there. All right, one signature done. Let's get us another cover, turn it inside out, and while I'm at it, I'm going to turn this one inside out before I mess up. All right, let's take a look at this one. Let's see, let's do this pink one. Do I want that pink against that purple? Maybe not. Let's do this. All right, and then let's do this one, this one, this one. Oh, we got these. I forgot about these. Back up. That one there, that one there. This one, and then this one. And you just put them in any order you like. Okay. They like to slide on you. I may have to go get on to a little boy. He's doing an awful lot of jumping. He's gonna wind up hitting his noggin again. I'm telling you, it's a miracle that kid hasn't wound up in the hospital. The way he climbs and jumps. But so far, so good. He's all boy, that's for sure. They slid around on me a little bit too much. Okay. All right, we got 2 done. And these are quick, I think. I think it's really quick to make one. All right, we got this one left. Let's start with, I think since this is so busy, I'm going to start with this white piece, and then I'm going to put that one in, that one, this one, this one, this one, oh, that one, and this one. And I have one more piece of string. How about that? About to forget my cover piece. Thought it felt awful thin. Okay. But yeah, that swimming hole sure was nice while it lasted. Freezing cold water. It was really nice. All right, there's our 3 little covers. A couple of pieces there. Yeah, they look fine. All right, let's start gluing this together, y'all. Just that easy. That's my back piece that I wanted to use. All right. Now, you don't want to go right up to the edge. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, you don't want to go way up to the edge. I was thinking maybe, you want to stay about a 1/2 inch away from the edge over here, where your spine's going to be, because you want that accordion effect on the spine so that it'll open flat. And then we just take this one, spine on this side, line it up and lay it down. Get it where you want it. All right, the same thing again. Now see, if I hadn't turned that, this would be the side that I had glued down. So that's why you want to turn those inside out. Same thing, stay about a ½ inch away. And you don't have to worry about that tape and stuff because it's not going to show. Set this one down right on top. Now my page is moved around. You see how they're kind of all messed up? I don't mind that, especially with these little bitty journals like this. But if you do, then when you put your papers together, before you tie them, put you a paper clip to hold them still. Just put you a paper clip right there to hold them in place while you tie it. All right, let's get this last one on there. And we're just about done except for decorating. That's it, you guys. That's it. We got the cover, the back, no, the front cover. Front cover. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a string right here, right now. You could put, these are 2 pieces that I cut off of something. We could put our little closure right under here before we put the cover on. Put it right there. And then put our cover on. Oh, I don't want to do that though. But that's an option for you. But you would have wanted to do that on the back one too, you know. But I'm going to take it off because I'm going to show you the yo-yo version because that's the one I showed you at the beginning. So that's the one we're going to do. That just looks upside down, don't it? I'm going to turn it this way. I don't think there is an orientation to it, but it looks better to me like that. All right, let's close this. Get the glue on the volcano. Another thing you could do is you could trim those off if you wanted to. You could make your pages just a hair smaller so that they don't stick out when you put it together. I made mine the same size as the cover. So if you don't want them like this, maybe make them just a hair smaller. All right, now then, while that's drying a little bit, let's take this fabric. I think that is cute. I think it's cute. All right, we need to go on this end though. And I want to cut it right there. So I'm gonna use my pinking shears just so I don't have to hem it or anything. It just gives it a little decorative edge. All right, let's see if I can cut straight this away. I'm kind of holding it up. Y'all probably can't see it. All right, set that aside. All right. I'll turn that around like that. Oh, it's crooked. It's crooked at the top. Do I have enough to cut that off? Not really. I don't care. Like I said, this is just a demo and we won't worry with it. I'm gonna use this. Now mine's bowing a little bit and it's probably because of a liquid glue that I'm using. If I had used something like original tacky glue or something, then PVC glue, it probably wouldn't bow as much, but this is more liquidy, so it's bowing more. But the reason I like this, the only reason I like this, to be honest with you, is because it gives you time to move things around, you know, when you place them. All right, let's put this on with this. And I think I'm gonna go about to right there. And you want to smooth this out so it doesn't leave like a ridge in your fabric. Let me turn this that way. Let me see what that looks like. That'll be okay. All right, now, this is important. You see our little accordion right here? You don't want to squeeze that tight. You need that loose so that the journal will lay flat when it opens. So don't squeeze this tight like that. Leave it accordion like that. Take that material and just lay it over and glue it down. So right there is where I want it glued. When you want that glue to come out, it won't come out. And when you don't, then it just volcanoes right out of there. All right. Get up and move it up just a little. Make sure it's loose. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. It'll be okay. At least until it's done. All right, that's cute, y'all, I think. All right, we're about to wrap it up. Now, I made a button on the other one, like this, a little button, and that's just a little yo-yo. And on the back, what I did was I took a little piece of our yellow material, cut me just a tiny little square, glued it down in the middle with one of these little things that I cut it off of a package. I think I bought some material. Oh, I need that. What am I doing? I think I bought some material and some fat quarters, and this ribbon was around those fat quarters, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. All right. I'm going to put that down right over the top like that. Now for the front. I'm going to go ahead and put this here and let it be drying. While we take something to make a button. Now what would be cute? Would this purple be cute if we did another purple one? I think it'll be fine. Let's just go ahead and do that. And guess what? I've done lost my needle. I put it in here in case I wanted to use it. And now the little joker's gone. All right, I'm gonna pause the video while I go get another needle. I'm gonna have to be really careful. I know that needle is still on the table, and I've got to find it before it hits the floor, because I sure don't want that baby to find it. Because I haven't pushed anything off, so it was in here. I swear it was. All right, let's see. I've got some purple thread. And I'm sure a lot of you know how to make a yo-yo, but you never know. There may be some new crafters out there that are just coming into crafting and don't know how to make a yo-yo. This yo-yo, this piece of material I've got here, I just used my glue bottle and drew a circle. It is a 2-inch circle. Cut it out, tie a knot in your thread. On the back side, you just start weaving this needle in and out of the back like that. Around the edge, about 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch, whatever you want to do. Doesn't really matter. Somebody's cutting their grass. I can hear it and I can smell it. My grandson was allergic to grass the first year of his life. And he would get out in the yard and play right after I mowed the yard. And bless his little heart, he would break out. Our yard needs to be mowed again, but I can't mow it anymore. For one thing, there's too much poison ivy on the back field. And I swear that stuff just blows on me and I break out. And my allergies have gotten so bad. All right, so when you get all the way around like that, you just pull it, tuck it in and pull it. And then just do you a couple of stitches back and forth between that material just to kind of hold it together a little bit. And then do you a knot, tie it off. You don't have to worry about it too much because you're gonna, well, that's the end of that. I'm gonna put that needle in that thing. I didn't get to tie a knot because the needle came off, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. And then push that material that's where you sewed it down and fluff out your circle. Work with it until you get it kind of round. And then all we're gonna do is glue this little booger down. Right there. I'm gonna put quite a bit of glue because that's a lot of fluff under there. I'm gonna have to lay something on it or sit something on it. That's concave, that's not gonna work. All right, what have I got? That's my glue cup right there. It'll sit right there, and I'm gonna scoot it forward. And while that's drying, we're gonna take a button. Where's my buttons? They're over here. I'm gonna grab a button that I think looks good. What do we want, pink or yellow or orange? Orange might be cute because we got purple and yellow, and there's some orange in there. So let me see if I've got an orange button. I do. I mean, it don't look the greatest, but I think it's kind of cute. I'm gonna put it on there. I like to be different anyway. All right, let's see what color thread we want. Do I have orange? I don't, but I have yellow. So let's get some yellow, or I have pink. Either one. Let's use yellow. And I really don't want to find another needle. Here's one. That does not want to go through. All right. And this is this number 10? I think this is number 10 thread. And I'm just gonna make a quick X. I got tangled up under my scissors. Oh, I didn't hold on to it. Try again. All right, I got it in my hand over here this time so it doesn't come out or get tangled up. All right, there's 2 that way, and then I'm gonna put 2 on the other angle. So make an X. And then we'll just tie a knot on the back. Cut that off kind of short. Let me put that needle up so I can make sure it don't go nowhere. Bring our journal back over here. Some glue right in the center. Isn't that cute? I think it's so cute. Oh, I think we need just a little more glue. I think the material absorbed it and it wasn't sticking good. All right. When that dries, you can tie your side. I like to hold it up like this because I want my ribbon to be on the edge of the journal. Look at there, y'all. Is that not cute? Oh, these scissors. Those aren't gonna cut. Let's try these. How cute is our journal? And if you want that to smooth out, you know, just put it on something for a little while, lay it flat, and it'll straighten out. It won't be curvy. How cute is that? I forgot I can turn my video around. That's so cute. To stick in your pocket or to take to craft fairs. Do a better job than I did. Make sure your material is straight. But this one was just a demo, so it's okay. Isn't that cute? And look how flat it lays. It's my favorite thing about doing a journal like this. And you can take your pages in and out, don't forget. Add pages, whatever you want to do. All right, I did want to use some of these. I thought about cutting that out. No, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. But I might make a little pocket. Let's make us a little pocket. Like that. And then if we have a pocket, we have to have a tag to go in it, right? All right, let's make a tag. What do we want to make a tag out of? Make a tag out of this. It's like we're using our scraps, right? Okay. Where'd my hole puncher go? I think I put it up yesterday. Yep, I did. And while I'm at it, let's see if there's enough ink on here to ink this up a little bit. You don't have to. Not everything has to be inked up. All right, there's a little tag. Be cute if we had another one. Let's see here. Let me get this over here. And then we'll cut this one to about right there. Now we got 2 little tags. Cute. So cute. And be cute to put a paper clip in here and decorate it some more. Be really cute. So here's those 2 pages, our signature covers. And if we hadn't flipped them, then this would have been on the inside. And we wouldn't have got to see the pretty paper. All right, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. I hope you'll make one. If you do, let me know. Send me a picture. I would love to see what you do, what you come up with. But I just thought this would be perfect in your purse and make a great little project to make for craft fairs. I think people would snatch those up. What do you think they're worth? You got a little piece of material. You used a lot of scraps. We didn't use that. We didn't use that much paper. Look, you know, this was scrap. So yeah, don't throw nothing away, right? All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.